All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get to it like we do about this time. Now, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen, because I want people to understand and hear me clearly. There's a lot of situations that happen around this world that don't make a lot of sense. Like, you see it and it's just like, what is this even here for? And you see somebody that don't need to be together and you're like confused that they're even on the same playing field. Lori Harvey and your boy, your one and only. Now, sorry about that. I just got hit with some information. Now, it's an entirely different mood. It's an entirely different day altogether. Now, if we look at the situations that's surrounding us, right, and we start to make observations based on those situations that's surrounding us, what would we say about ourselves? We would say we need to probably do something different, right? We need to get better friends. We need to have different and better moments in our lives. Yep. But as we look at Diddy, with all the stuff that's been going on with him, there's been a lot of situations that are going to turn against him. Now, from what we heard, Lori Harvey has been visited by one of the lawyers who represented one of these girls in this lawsuit. They're trying to reach out to Lori Harvey to see if Lori Harvey has went through the same things so she could be a character witness in the situation of one of these previous lawsuits or a lawsuit that is pending to come. They want to interview her to see if she wants to join the lawsuit, or the girl has said Lori Harvey was there, she saw it, or whatever it could be. All we know is that the lawyer is trying to reach out to Lori Harvey about her dating experience with Sean Puffy Combs. Now, Lori, who's in the industry already, has an established reputation. She does her modeling. Is probably she's not gonna probably communicate with them whatsoever. After talking with Steve Harvey and things of that nature. But Steve didn't seem to have a problem with Puffy dating Lori Harvey, his daughter, when he's about Steve's age. Puffy's about Steve's age. So why in the world would Steve be okay with that? Remember, this goes back to the Steve Harvey show when he called himself ending the East Coast West Coast beef, having him, Diddy, and Snoop on the show. And they've been boys ever since. Now, when this situation transpires and started to move forward, there was a lot of people who had a lot of negative thoughts about the situation. Like they were not 100% on board or at board, period. They were not with it. They weren't feeling it. The situation was not ideal to look at, as it looked like she was dating his son and then turns around and is dating the father. That just don't make sense to the world. Now, as we move forward, we start to see things on a different playing field. We start seeing things on a different keel. And what we're starting to see is that as the world turns, a lot of the things stay the same. Now, as we look at people staying the same, Like I told you, there's more lawsuits coming against Diddy. They're going to be filed. This is just the first two. There are two more that's in development right now that's getting ready to come and hit like a ton of bricks. So you have to start thinking and ask yourself these questions. Do you really want to be involved when this stuff comes running down? Because, oh boy, that thing is coming. There's nothing criminally done yet, but he's going to be fighting these civil suits for a long time to come. Now, it's like, how bad do you want it? Do you want this life for yourself? I don't think you do. I don't think anybody does. So, as I look at these scenarios play out and I look at them come full circle, I start to come to the realization of one thing. When people are upset, they do things and lash out at people that they don't intend to lash out against. How many times have you seen that? Somebody get lashed out against and they hadn't done anything. Seriously. You ever seen somebody that hadn't done anything but get lashed out against? That's us. That's this scenario. That's these situations. Now, if I'm correct, which I am, Sean Diddy Combs, who goes by the name of Puffy, who rebranded and recreated this character, has been living a monstrous lifestyle that has been out of control to where he could do whatever he wants whenever he wants. Suge Knight spoke of the lawsuits that were settled behind the scenes when Diddy allegedly hit a woman and messed her face up or whatever, and they settled and she was paid to keep Puffy from going to jail. And a lot of these things was done to keep Sean Puffy Combs from going to jail. A lot of these things were done to keep him out in the public eye. Suge told the truth when he spoke about the deals that he got. He had a $50 million deal, then he got a $100 million deal, then he had all these deals that were failing. The Arista deal was a failure, and Arista ended up going out of business. And they did a deal, then they went and took Diddy, and Bad Boy Records traveled somewhere else. And Suge's like, why is he getting all these deals and his record company is failing? It's because he's selling records based on his old material. His old catalogs are still worth a lot of money. So having Bad Boy Records under your umbrella is not a bad look. Those songs are worth money. Biggie songs, Little Kim songs, May songs, Puffy songs from the 90s. People love to hear those songs. Those 20-something years recorded and old, they have become iconic classics. So he could perform those songs forever and be associated to their label, their brand, and they'll get to eat off that. Now, anything else that was recorded that's new, maybe he could find lightning in the bottle and dig up another artist for them. That's fine. It's the previous catalogs that make it available. But as I reported earlier, as you probably should know, Sean Diddy Combs, aka Puffy, is facing more lawsuits that is going to be coming soon. Those two women that just came up, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more in development. as Lori Harvey was contacted by a lawyer. Well, they're trying to contact Lori Harvey to ask about her relationship with Sean Puffy Combs. Obviously, one of the girls in this lawsuit has mentioned Lori Harvey's name as a person of interest in there that could validate something that could help her lawsuit. So we're going to see where this goes from here. So you're hearing it firsthand from your boy Carcino here. Want to tell all y'all to hit the like button and subscribe to the page right about now. Everybody should be subscribed already, but if you're not, please subscribe. The super chat button works. It's all available. Let's get it cracking, Captain. And now let's get it going so that the good people can understand what's happening here, because there's a lot of inaccuracies that's taking place and we don't know why, but we can fix it. Right? As we always say, let's give it that old college try. No, let's fix it. Let's actually fix the problem. Something people don't do anymore. Fix problems. Let's try to fix it. Now the problem is this. There's a lot of situations that are what you would say contrived to be a major thorn in people's sides. People will take a position against you to strike your channel down, to try to do everything they can to delete your entire existence. They will try to do anything to strip you of your power and come after you. Now, have we seen this behavior before? Absolutely. We've seen this behavior before. We've seen people come forward and try to shut other people down. We've seen people come forward and try to stop the masses from doing what other people said that they couldn't. We've seen people come by and try to create new narratives to replace the old narratives. We've seen these things. We've seen them all come in development. We've seen them all fall down at the wayside and perish. Sean Diddy Combs, has he done these things? In my belief, yes, he's done a lot of things that can have him behind bars and criminally doing it. But he felt he was above the law. He's above reproach, just like many other eccentric billionaires. A lot of these parties, as I told you, were not belonging to Sean Puffy Combs. If he has a party or a freak off, it's not going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be people that are involved in it. Okay? Now, these situations that are coming from all these different angles, they come with a attachment to it. An attachment that others don't see, others don't predict, others don't know. So when they don't see this, they can't predict it, they don't know which way it's going, they don't know what to do with it. They don't even know how to respond to it. So because of it, this situation is going to go in another way that you didn't even see coming. So when these other girls start coming together and they try to build a major civil lawsuit, others are going to try to find a way to make it criminally connect. But at the end of the day, these girls want money. They want money. And a lot of them were with everything that was going down, in my opinion. Or they wouldn't have been there. They wouldn't have stayed. Because they didn't want to go back. They figured this is the way it is in Hollywood. So we better either get with the program or get left behind. And they did not want to get left behind. They wanted to stay with the program. So now that they're staying with the program, everything is going haywire. Well, why haven't other people heard about these incidents? Why just now all this stuff has been coming out? You've been hearing about it. Diddy didn't wake up freaky. He's been freaky. He was Freaky Zeke before Freaky Zeke. There's no mystery here. There's no mystery wagon. There's no clue. We got to figure out with Scooby-Doo tracks what's going on with Diddy. Everybody knows that. You think J-Lo don't know that this is a weirdo, but you think J-Lo's finna get involved in this? No, they're not going to interview J-Lo. And Steve Harvey's not going to let Lori Havey say a word. So she's not going to get involved at all. She's going to say, Mama, they want to talk to me about this thing with Sean Puffy Combs. And well, you know what he going to say? Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. You're not doing that. So let that sink in. And don't forget to go to the Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. Because yes, we are holding back a little bit just for the Patreon. And we're only going to leave that on the Patreon. Because to me, that's essential. You don't leave something essential out of the Patreon. No, 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 no. No, can't do. No, can do. Now, here's the situation. And let it be drawn out to the fullest. I will not be I will not be sharing the additional information except for on the Patreon, because this could, be tampering with someone's lawsuit and stuff like that. So I don't want to do that. So Patreons, y'all get a treat. So if you're on the Carcino for Life Patreon, then you can understand what's coming. Now, I'm going to get up out of here before I end up saying it over here. So anyway, y'all go ahead, enjoy the video. Love, peace, and hair grease. Shouts out to Welcome to HD, IITV, Mondo Black TV, Kwame Brown Bus Life, Dreamers Pro, and everybody else I know. I'm out.